The best summer memories are made outside, and LL Bean has the clothing and gear you need to make these memories. Their effortless styles are created for summer spent outside with family and friends. Like hand-sewn boat shoes, coastal cotton sweaters, rugged polos, and, of course, the iconic boat and tote, which has been made right here in Maine since 1944. LL Bean. Be an outsider. Visit llbean.com to learn more.
We gather here tonight to bring women back to their rightful place.
The Testaments, a new Hulu original series from the executive producers of The Handmaid's Tale.
It's easier to accept a story than believe that the people around you are monsters.
The battle isn't over.
There comes a time when you have to take action, when you have to choose your own destiny.
Never quite as it seems.
Watch the new Hulu original series, The Testaments, streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
I really want your viewers and listeners to know that it is so appropriate that you have questions right now. There's so much information about vaccines and this respiratory season coming at us that it's hard to know what decision should I make. And so your family doctor is going to be the most invested and have the most information about your history. But even if you don't have that relationship right now, that you using these resources, familydoctor.org, CVEP.org, those are places where you can look through your own information, your child's information, your family members to know, are we at risk? Do we need to be thinking about getting vaccinated right now? And connect to either your family doc, a pharmacy, or even your local health department often has vaccines available.
Hey everyone, this is Jonathan Marks from Go To Health. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's the time of year. Respiratory diseases like COVID-19, flu, pneumococcal disease, and RSV don't affect everyone equally. But for adults and children living with conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, chronic lung disease, weakened immune systems, and other chronic illnesses, the risks of severe illness are significantly higher. Vaccination can mean the difference between a mild illness and potentially life-threatening complications for people managing a chronic health condition. Respiratory vaccine recommendations are based on age and health status and can help reduce the risk of getting very sick and support better management of health conditions. Our guest today is the president of the American Academy for Family Physicians, Dr. Sarah Nozal, MD, and she's available with us to discuss the importance of vaccines for people managing chronic health conditions. She can also talk to us about antiviral treatments if you do get sick. So stay with us. Remember, if you like our show, please give us a 5-star review on Apple, Spotify, or a thumbs up on YouTube. It really helps get our word out. Thanks in advance. So welcome to the show, Dr. Sarah Nozal. How are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good. So tell us, what's important for people with chronic health conditions to know about their risk for severe respiratory illness and how vaccines can help protect them?
Well, I'm a family doc, which means in my office, I get to see newborn babies to great grandma and everybody in between. And all of us know when we look around our family, we have a number of family members who have chronic illnesses like diabetes or heart disease or chronic lung disease, weakened immune systems for various reasons. And so those respiratory illnesses like flu, COVID, RSV, and pneumonia, those are all illnesses that one, can really exacerbate that underlying chronic illness should those individuals get sick. And two, if they get sick, their risk of having severe disease, meaning ending up in the ICU or even worse, is significant. And vaccines for those viruses can make a tremendous difference from what could be a life-threatening illness to really a mild infection that you get over quickly.
So why may there be different vaccine recommendations for children and adults living with chronic or ongoing health conditions? What's the difference in age, I guess, in terms of recommendations?
Age is a big part of it, even when a baby was born, whether they were born early or in what season. Also, if you're an older adult or much older adult, and depending what specific chronic conditions you have, these respiratory vaccines are really risk-based and individualized so that we really partner with our patients as a family doc to make sure that vaccination is going to be based on your specific characteristics and protect you the best from what you're at risk from and most likely to be at risk of severe illness from if you're not protected ahead of time.
Can you tell us, doctor, about the safety and proven effectiveness of these vaccines? I know there's a lot of vaccine hesitancy out there. There's a lot of misinformation. Can you really fill us in on the details of why these vaccines are safe and recommended and effective?
So I would tell you, I really like when patients have a lot of questions about vaccines. To me, that means that they've been thinking about it. They know vaccines might be part of a really healthy choice for their family when they're trying to support their wellness. So I do want to support that if you are, watching and listening today, please come in and ask those questions. And that the vaccines that we're talking about today are incredibly safe, well studied, and effective. And your best bet well over letting yourself get sick and trying to build any type of natural immunity, that we actually know that the risk from illness is so much greater than the protection afforded by vaccination.
So you mentioned this just a second ago, but what conversation should individuals be having with their healthcare providers about vaccines? What's a productive way to handle this? Should we bring it up? Should we wait for the physician to bring it up? How should this be handled?
I always appreciate it when my patients are empowered, whether they send me a message ahead of time and say, hey, are there vaccines that I'm due for? Or if you're a patient at home, if you have access to a patient portal, it's very possible that recommended vaccines for you are already listed on that homepage. And if you log in, it'll give you some information. And that when you come into my office, while absolutely I should be bringing forward to you those options, knowing your health history, I would love to hear if you want to know why did my dad get this, pneumococcal vaccine and how come I'm not being offered that? And those are the kind of questions that patients have that are really great questions. And we can go through their history, whether they're smoking, whether they have a history of alcohol use, how old they are, what other chronic illnesses they might have, and if and why those vaccines would be recommended for them. So your family doctor is interested in those questions, and we're open and willing to have those conversations.
Good. Thank you for that clarification, doctor. So tell me, what role do antiviral treatments play in helping people with chronic health conditions recover from respiratory infection like flu or COVID-19?
So as we're planning for this respiratory season, and I'm speaking to my patients about the possibility that they'll get sick during this season, they want to let me know early if they start to have flu, COVID-like symptoms. So if within the first 12 to 24 hours, you actually start the antiviral medication for influenza, you are likely to have some of the diminished symptoms, like your experience of those symptoms, though they may not actually protect you from more complex illness or even hospitalization. So you might feel a little better, but your risk might be the same. For COVID, it's a little bit different. Within the first 5 days, if we identify COVID, there's some good evidence that starting those antiretrovirals could help decrease your risk of hospitalization and more severe illness. But neither one of those antivirals is as effective as being vaccinated ahead of time. So if your viewers right now have not yet received their flu and COVID vaccine, it is not too late. Today would be a great day to go get those vaccines.
What's a good time of year to get the flu vaccine? I've heard it's September. I've heard January. Is there a recommended time of year to get the flu vaccine?
So it's always a little bit different. Sometimes the flu season can be a bit earlier. I would tell you that I generally advise my patients, if Halloween rolls around and you haven't had your flu and that year's COVID vaccine, probably we're getting a little too late. I myself received my vaccine a little early because I was going to a large conference with thousands of people and knew that it was very likely that somewhere in that conference would be people who had flu or COVID, and that my best idea was to get the shot 2 weeks ahead of time so that I would have time to mount an immune response before I was in large crowds.
Hey all, Jonathan from Go To Health. Let me ask, how do you sustain your energy throughout the day? I try to do it with the morning cup of coffee and then one in the afternoon as a pick-me-up, and of course my daily vitamins. But what if I told you I was trying something new that's working for me just great? It provides me with sustained energy and focus, with caffeine for alertness, but balanced by amino acids and taurine to prevent jitters or crashes. It also has a blend of B vitamins, L-carnitine, and choline to power my energy and mental clarity, even if I didn't get the best night's sleep. It's also packed with vitamins A, C, and E to support my immune health, even with my days of packed schedules. And it's sugar-free and what I'll call flavor-forward. I alternate between 3 delicious flavors: mandarin orange, mango strawberry, and fruit punch. Just 1 small scoop of mix in 8 ounces of water and I'm done. Boom, off to the races. This formula boasts 32 years of brand expertise and thousands of 5-star reviews from millions of users. And it's a woman-owned company. What's this product I'm yakking about? It's called Spark Energy Plus Focus from Advocare. Spark Energy Plus Focus. For Go to Health listeners, I've scored 30% off and free shipping. Go to drinkspark.com and use code GOTOHEALTH at checkout. That's code GOTOHEALTH at drinkspark.com. Let's tackle the day together with Spark Energy Plus Focus. Good. That's a good point, to get it 2 weeks ahead of time so that you build the immunity from the vaccine. Good.
Exactly.
So people can learn more if they go to cveep.org. That stands for Champions for Vaccine Education, Equity, and Progress. cveep.org, cveep.org. So, Doctor, you're the president of the American Academy of Family Physicians. Tell us what your organization does.
So I'm going to call out another website since we're noting those websites. So familydoctor.org and the American Academy of Family Physicians. We're 128,000 family doctors around the whole country. We're in counties throughout rural, suburban, and urban communities caring for your families, doing everything from delivering babies to caring for chronic illness to taking care of patients living with HIV and taking care of people at the end of their life. It is an incredibly rewarding career I'm very lucky to have. And our organization provides educational materials at familydoctor.org for patients and communities, and on our main website to help guide clinicians to make sure that they stay up to date on science and evidence-based vaccination practices.
Good. And what's different from a family doctor versus a regular doctor? And how should I know which one to go to? When should I come see a family doctor?
So anybody can come see a family doctor, which is some of the most fun. So family docs take care of both infants, children, pregnant people, middle of your life, end of your life, single individual people, and the elderly. Mm-hmm. Many other specialists are like pediatricians take care of children and infants, and obstetrics and gynecologists may take care of people who have uteruses and related care. Mm-hmm. And internal medicine doctors tend to care for older adults in general and don't often do as much GYN care or things like that a family doctor can do. So we kind of get to have the widest spectrum of care and can really help you coordinate whatever kind of care you need. So if you're not sure who you need to see, which I would tell you, even if you are sure who you need to see, come see a family doctor who can probably get you started, take care of it, and coordinate your care as your home base and medical home. Should you have to engage with lots of specialists or be more complexly ill and have those chronic illnesses, I will help translate that information to you to make sure you understand what all these different doctors are doing to be on your team and be your medical home hub.
Great. Thank you. So, Doctor, is there any question I haven't asked that I should have asked, or is there any last message you'd like to leave with people today?
I really want your viewers and listeners to know that it is so appropriate that you have questions right now. There's so much information about vaccines and this respiratory season coming at us that it's hard to know what decision should I make. And so your family doctor is going to be the most invested and have the most information about your history. But even if you don't have that relationship right now, that you using these resources, familydoctor.org, cveep.org, those are places where you can look through your own information, your child's information, your family members to know, are we at risk? Do we need to be thinking about getting vaccinated right now? And connect to either your family doc, a pharmacy, or even your local health department often has vaccines available.
Great. Thanks so much for being with us today. We've been talking with Dr. Sarah Nosal. She's a family physician and the president of the American Academy of Family Physicians, or AAFP. She also serves as vice president for innovation and optimization and is the chief medical information officer at the Institute for Family Health, which is a federally qualified health center network and has spent more than 2 decades practicing family medicine in the South Bronx. Thanks for being with us today, Doctor.
Thanks so much. Take care. Stay well.
Good. Remember, folks, talk to your doctor, get vaccinated if you need it, but really follow the advice of your doctor. It's the best place to go. This has been Jonathan Marks with Go to Health. And as we say at the end of every show, go to health. God bless. Stay healthy. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye. Thanks, doctor. That was great.
Thanks so much. Thank you for your work.
Thank you for tuning in today to Go to Health. You are one of almost 10,000 people per day who enjoy the evidence-based health information offered by our guest health experts. You can watch us on our website and YouTube and listen to us on 8 podcast networks. Be sure to join Jonathan Marks in our upcoming shows each week. If you like our show, please share this episode with your friends and colleagues. You can subscribe to the show, join our email list, send us feedback, browse through the online store, and view our library of over 150 shows at gotohealthmedia.com. See you next time, and remember to elevate your life with Go to Health.